Music roll, cornfield, wind sways. Ford Dodge, Chevrolet, rust bucket still plays. Everything gets dirty trying to pave that way. I ain't never had a handout, never had a pick me up. Budweiser beer bottles breaking in my pickup truck. Chip on my shoulder, rocking me a head.
How's it going, everybody? Flint from Flint and Steel Survival. I got an update video for you. I purchased this knife. It's the Boker Exskelibur 1 Decade Edition. I got it from the Fat Man in his knife sale. Everybody go check that out if you haven't already. I'll link it below. Great blades. Killer prices. I want to tell you guys right now, I might have found my EDC blade. This thing is amazing. Carbon fiber, titanium scales. It's not a lot to look at, it's a lot to look at, but if you're going out and around opening boxes or packages with this compared to this, it's a lot more low-key. If you want to, you can always act like you don't know how to open it and make it look like, a folder, a little less tactical. But this thing is lightweight. Love the blue titanium pocket clip. The video never does that justice, how cool this blue color is. This one has blue standoffs, and this is number 395 out of 600, and VG10 blade. Man, but I tell you, this thing is stupid smooth. Fat Man didn't lie. Gorgeous. So, I'm going to try to defend my point of that being, one of the better EDC blades you can find. So I'm going to compare it to a couple others I have here on the table. This is the regular, if you just buy it anywhere. G10, it's got one red liner, one titanium liner. Pocket clip. I don't know if the Fat Man Loctited this, but these screws do not come out. I wanted to switch it around, but honestly, it doesn't really matter what orientation you have that in. It's fast to deploy. Black G10. Pretty smooth. This one takes more effort to get out by far than that one. This one's smooth. This one it takes a lot of finger action to get it out. But if you look, the shapes are the same. Blades are the same, except this one says Decade Edition on it, 2005 to 2015. Skeller design. This blade is 440C. This one is VG10. I would much rather have the VG10. It stays sharper. I've been carrying this at work. I've been digging rubber out of presses with it and stuff, and it's just impressed me. Beautiful, beautiful knife. Perfect size, too. I was worried that it was a little, it's a little too big to be a good backup blade and a little too small for most of my EDCs. But when I actually got it in hand, I realized it's really not that small. When you compare them to a Buck 110, it's exactly the same size. I mean, if you put them even, it's exactly the same. And this is just to give you guys a good comparison, but both of these are about half the weight of this Buck. Another good one that almost everybody has one of is the Model 1 by Rat Adventure Training. It's going to be just a hair longer. But the thickness, it's going to be thicker. The Rat is thicker. And, well, let's compare it to the one I'm really talking about here. I think they're going to be about the same now that I think about it. Yeah, they're right on the money the same, actually. Both of them are good. This is an AUS-8 blade. This rolls all the time. Some of the things I was doing to this blade last night should have rolled the edge, and it didn't. So I was very impressed with that. My cat just started my video. I'm watching Dawn over at Southpaw Bushcraft with her survival shovel. Let's actually go take a look at that. Belly, what did you do? Yeah, you wanted to watch Dawn play with her shovel? No shit, guys. Look, she started the video. That is hilarious. I know we'll watch it as soon as I'm done recording. She jumps over the keyboard when I'm not looking. That's funny. Or when I am looking. Okay. Sorry about that, guys. I couldn't help but capture that. That was too cute. My personal Hall of Fame EDC is my Benchmade Triage in orange. Black and orange. I need to disassemble this guy one day. It really sticks in the washer now. I use WD-40 when I sharpen on one of my older whetstones. When I'm just doing a touch-up, I use the light WD-40. And I think I used a little too much, and it got that back in that spacer. The washer, anyway. And it's not near as smooth as it used to be. But, great blade. Just compare that to this. Once again, 100% identical. If you take out the tiny bit of the glass punch, they're right on the money. I mean, what can you say about that? It's perfect. Everybody, if you don't have a Buck 110 or a Rat Model 1, probably have a Swiss Army knife. This is my, I don't remember what they're called. It looks like bionic to me, like a robot scale with clear and silver. If you look at that guy, it's obviously going to be smaller, but a good comparison. Let's see if I can get that a little bit more even. So you're definitely losing length and the coolness factor, but still a great choice. And then obviously I'll compare it to this because this was my current EDC before I got this. Well, I was carrying the other Exskelibur. I got that a little while back. Just a plain one. Nothing to really brag up, so I didn't do a video on it. It's a great blade, great shape, but it wouldn't be the EDC that I was looking for like this one is because it's not as smooth, it's not as cool. You know, there's not as many features that set it apart. This thing is lighter than this, believe it or not, and this has only one scale, one liner. That's any kind of metal. This whole side is plastic. That's just a plastic liner, the red. So it's got one titanium liner, and this one is heavier than this because of the carbon fiber and the double titanium. That actually saves you weight. I don't know if the metals are going to be any less weighty, I guess, but I don't think so. Another thing you'll notice is that this guy right here, I don't know if you can see that very well. I don't think it's going to focus anymore. Right there says China on the regular edition. And it does not say that on the Decade edition. I believe this will be one of their ones made in Germany. You know, Boker's a German company, but can't help myself with that. But if you compare these, obviously this guy's going to dwarf this by a little bit at least. So you're not losing that much. Handle's almost identical in overall length. With this curve, you definitely get more handle on this. You know, I have huge hands, and I still get that whole back right there exposed when I really grip down on it. This guy fits my hand 100% as it should. I don't know what else to say about this. Just a beautiful, beautiful blade. Just for fun, I'll compare it to my Jake Parker Balisong because I can't show this guy off enough. Still probably one of my favorite blades just for the coolness factor. His logo on it turned out sweet. You know, I don't carry this very often, but when I do, I really feel like I'm carrying something cool. A little shorter, but this one's a lot heavier. You know, bronze handles, and the steel on this is 1/4 inch thick, basically. And then, just to show you guys one more thing, I picked up at Blade Ops, one of their, bladeops.com. They're right down the road from me. I walked in there one day. It's actually the day I got my Exskelibur, the plain version, and picked up a box of broken knives for, I think it was 30. It was either 30 or 35 bucks, and they promised 8 knives. So this is one of the ones I got in there. When I got it, the button didn't do anything, you know, up or down. So I had to take the whole thing apart, clean it out. I got the spring fixed back up, and now, you know, sweet, sweet knife. Like all these, it's got a little bit of side to side, a little tiny bit of up and down, and then obviously because it's on a spring, it clicks a little bit. But that action, oh, we had a misfire. But now that I fixed it, all you got to do is pull it back out to cock it, and then it goes right back into place. This is definitely not going to be a knife I'm carrying or trusting for anything. But now I finally have out the front. I used to have a tiny one, and I actually got another one in this grab bag, just like this in miniature. But I got a red one this time in the grab bag. It's over at the toolbox, so I'd show you guys that too. But I just wanted to say how cool it was. If they still have those, it was a pretty good deal. You know, I got some really cheap butterfly knives out of it. I even sent one to the fat man in this, when I sent him the money for this. He's doing cash or money order only. When I sent him the cash for that, I put a tiny little keychain butterfly knife in the box with the money. So it's definitely worth it, because this knife right here is a $40 knife. So now that this is functional, I got my money's worth just right here. And then all the other blades turned out to be pretty cool too. I might be giving away one of them coming up here soon. It's a Browse blade, but it's like a Browse subsidiary company. I think that they put it in the box because they thought it was supposed to be an automatic, but it's actually just a button lock. So it's small. It's about a little shorter than this, so it's probably about that line. So it's about that size of a knife. All black. I think it's got serration. No, maybe. Might have serrations. But really, really smooth button lock knife, and it's just a shame that they, didn't want to sell it because they thought it was auto and it wasn't. It's got the conversion spot, so if you did find a spring, you could turn it auto very easy. But I took off the pocket clip on it because it bothered me that I don't like really small knives with pocket clips. If I'm going to clip it to my pocket, I'm going to make it this size, this size. Knives about this size or smaller, I'm going to just slip in like my 5th pocket or put a lanyard on. So when I got that guy, I'm like, you know what, somebody's probably going to really enjoy this knife. It's not going to be me. As you can see, I like to carry the big guys. But we'll see about giving that away. I might keep it and do it in a trade, or it'll go somewhere. Thanks everybody for watching. I got one more video to do tonight. I don't know how many I'll be posting by the time it's still night, but I gotta go to work here soon. But yeah, I'll be doing one more VR for Bristol Prepper. Sorry, could not remember. I remember your actual name, and I could not remember the Bristol part of Prepper. That was funny. I got to show him my favorite mods. I've picked out a couple. And it's going to be a cool video. So guys, stay tuned for that. And I appreciate you watching. Have a good one. Bye.